Rescue, Data and Repair, my name is Ben. Hello and welcome. Today we just fixed an iPhone 12 Pro Max, which is dead. We need data and we need a working phone. Let's have a look at it. And by the way, this channel, the Rescue channel, will be only English. We can start by just reballing. And I do it under the microscope for you, so you can see how it works. I already disassembled the screen, so only opened the screen, and I did nothing more than this. Okay, so let's see what about boot behavior and power supply. Can we see something about this? We activate the output and we go directly to 5 amps. So we have a full short on VDD main. So let's have a look how we can where it is and how to find it in the fast way. That's the logic board of the iPhone 12 Pro Max. It's much smaller than the logic board of the iPhone 12 Pro or 12 or iPhone 12 mini. So let's have a look if we can see something under the terminal to see if where we have the short. Okay, so now we just heat up the board a little bit to get a bit of sight. Turn on the hot air. It's all sleeping here. My tools are sleeping. So to get a better sight like this. Okay. And this is inside the board, like you see. So the short circuit is inside the board, so we have to separate the logic board now. Here's our preheater, the best one on the market, the MS1. And while we're heating up, I just lift up the glue here, okay? And now I can help with the hot air to just speed up the separation process. And here we are, lifted the board, great, and take off the bottom layer. Nice, okay. Okay, let us have a look. Do we have the short on the top layer or on the bottom layer? You can use a multimeter for doing that, or you just connect one time to power supply and see if we have a short or not. Yes, we have. So we take the thermal cam like this. Oh, and it's only a cap. Yesterday I had one. It was a iPhone 12. And it was shorted VDD main and it was directly under the audio amplifier, and this is on the inside of the top layer board, on the top of the top layer board inside, and it's underfilled. So it was a really nice repair, and I hoped that we have something like that here too, but this one is just a capacitor. So we go straight under the microscope, having a look where the short capacitor is, and just remove it. So it's next beside to the main power IC. We don't want to use much heat here to don't cause any short circuit. So we just try to get out this one without using much heat. So now we just place a weight on the board. Oh, can be like this, 500 pounds. And we just take a little bit of heat, but only a little bit to get the glue around a little bit smooth. Don't take too much because we have CPU, we have power IC, we don't want to cause any cold solder joints or shorts or something like that. It's only to get the cap out without headaches. Okay, and done. So the cap is out, and now we should have no short circuit anymore at all. And short circuit has been gone. Now we can just reball the board and get them board halves back together, booting up the device, and we are done. So now we just clean the top layer board, so the solder on the top layer board, which connects the top layer to the middle frame. Okay, so we just add some flux here and we activate our dust absorber. All around with the flux. And then we take wick and get a fick. So that's the most time-taking part now on this whole repair. It's just preparing them two layers, the top layer and the bottom layer, for the reball. After that we do a fast reball of the board halves. And after we reball the board halves, we get them back together. And by the way, this channel, the rescue channel, will be only English for future. So we start with that video, or it's one of the first videos in English. I don't know which you will see at first, because Tim is getting them videos online, and I don't know which comes first and not. But this channel will now be only English. And we will set up a new one for the German followers, only German. So you have two channels, one German, one English. And I hope that everybody is satisfied then. So it's easier for you to watch the videos, easier to understand. You have no more languages which you don't understand in the video. So I hope you are fine with this. And we will improve the room here again. So we will get a new dust absorber for here and pressured air on the table and things like that. So we will just doing upgrades, okay, for you guys. So now we just clean the board by using a brush. This one can go away. It's important that you take off the spacers which sitting down on the sides, and just take off the solder completely. And after that we have a nice and clean logic board. And the same we do now with the bottom layer. So let's go into the holder. After we are in the holder, we just add some flux and then take off solder, and then we just get new solder onto them pads. And many people already asked me on PMs or in Facebook groups or email how to reball these layers, and they wanted to see today you will see, and you will see it's really one of the fastest parts within this video, and it's not a problem to do that if you know what you do. That's always pretty important. Just think about how you solve things in repairs, and yeah. Okay, good. Then we clean with a clean room wipe, or call your wife. So, cleaned, having a look under the microscope to check that. And here we have a spacer, that's what I said. So just take out that spacer, not a problem at all. And some dirt here in this area. Take it away. Some rests of flux. And that's pretty nice, we are done. Now we can just reball the board. For doing that, we need a matching stencil like this. Or this is the form for the stencil, and here we have the stencil itself. Needs to be clean. And what is written on the stencil, Tim, here? There is written, you can see it now, no. So no hot air on the stencil. A lot of people asked me already as we were teaching in students when they came here, and they asked, how can I use a stencil if there's written on no hot air, and if I use hot air on the stencil it just doesn't work at all. Yeah, that's right, you can't, this is a stencil, you can't get in the paste and then using hot air, because it will come up and just don't work. Okay, so this is a stencil. You need to handle like this. You need to get in the paste. And normally I do that without a microscope, so even reballing this board I don't need a microscope for doing that, okay? It's just like getting in the paste like this, and then now the magic starts, lifting up the stencil, okay? Now we have a look at the microscope only for you, for seeing them, okay? You see them balls on the board, and the points which have no solder, it's just crowned, and the manufacturer of the stencil just let this out, okay? So it's like an NC pad. Here we have to take out this, and we can start by just reballing. And I do it under the microscope for you, so you can see how it works. And tell me in the comments, what do you think about this reballing technique? Tim, what do you think?
Amazing.
It's amazing. It's amazing, amazing. Yeah, it is. Okay. What we see here are only not needed pads from the manufacturer. If you want, just for the look, see, you can see you can just add some solder points by hand to this, okay? But you don't need to do this, okay? It's like you want. So if you want to do, feel free. Otherwise, you don't need to. So these pads are gold, so it's just not needed to get anything here. Here's only crowned. Here you can see these are crowned ones. But I see a point here which needs some. The rest is only crowned. Crowned. Not needed. Crowned. Yeah, I would say that's fucking nice. And if it's fucking nice, we can just get the sandwich back together. Get some sauce too. Get some salami too. Some Rinderfleisch. Some beef, some cheese, and eat it. Okay? So, we go to 230. We add some flux. And we just use some hot air to speed up the process. And if you act like me in the situation, you can have a look from the side and you can see the sandwich coming back together. And done. Just for the demonstration here. We give it a kick, it comes back to the right position. And we are completely done. And we take it from the preheater like a pizza out of the oven. Normally I have another tool for doing that, but here, can you see that? Fresh pizza, come to me. So, and now we just wait some more seconds until the solder is going to dry. I needed to search for the word in my head, okay? So fresh pizza. Yeah, okay. Tim is laughing about me. Okay, we just use a wipe and contact cleaner. And then we can have a look under the microscope again for seeing a good result for this sandwich board. So I go up and take some alcohol again. You can see the bolts here. They look really perfect. So the whole sandwich, here you can see too, the whole sandwich looks like it comes fresh from the factory, man. We get back the glue sticker here. And we get back this glue sticker. And we get back this glue sticker. And we get back the board into the housing. Connect all them FPCs. There are a lot of parts in this housing, so just get them all in and connect them to the logic board. And what is pretty important, you saw my finger was on the dot now, and before we boot up the device, we just clean the dot to don't get a problem with the dot later. So deactivated dot means you need to repair the Face ID then. We don't want to do this here in this repair. And then we need a power cable. And let's see if this device wants to boot again. Wait a second and boom, we have an Apple! Successful repair for this iPhone 12 Pro Max. So we have data, we have function, we have everything we need. And you can see here the screen is on. Tim has to blur that. So we are here. iPhone 12 Pro Max, short circuit on VDD main, no boot, data is safe, function is safe. Goodbye, peace.
Fresh pizza!
Fresh pizza!